We drove to the same restaurant, same private room, same dangerous people waiting for us. But this time was different. This time Marcus was sitting right next to Mr. Nakamoto, smiling, confident, like he'd already won. Ji-hoon, Sarah, so glad you could join us. Marcus gestured to the empty seats across from him. Please. Oh, sit. We have much to discuss. We sat. Ji-hoon's hand found mine under the table, squeezed. Reminder, or reassurance. Let's get to business, Mr. Nakamoto said. The contract, the terms, everything is ready. We just need to ensure, he looked at Marcus, that there are no surprises. Surprises? Ji-hoon asked. I think Mr. Webb has something he'd like to share. Mr. Nakamoto leaned back. Don't you, Marcus? This was it. Marcus was going to tell them, going to expose me, destroy everything. I felt the wire against my ribs, heard my own heartbeat in my ears. Marcus stood, walked around the table, stopped behind my chair. I've been doing some research, he said, on Sarah, on her background, her work history, her connections. Comment no if you're screaming right now. Hit that subscribe button because you need to see how this plays out. And smash that like. Tell me, do you think Marcus is about to destroy everything? Or is something else happening here? Drop your theories below. Ji-hoon went completely still beside me. I could feel the danger radiating off him. And what did you find? Ji-hoon asked, voice cold, deadly. Something very interesting. Marcus put his hands on my shoulders. I wanted to shake him off, but I couldn't move. Sarah Chen, marketing executive, corporate branding, clean record, perfect background. He leaned down, whispered in my ear loud enough for everyone to hear. Too perfect, get your hands off her, Ji-hoon said. Or what? Or I'll break them. Marcus laughed, stepped back. So protective, so in love. It's almost believable. Marcus, Mr. Nakamoto warned. Get to the point. The point is this. Marcus pulled out his phone, showed everyone something I couldn't see. Sarah Chen doesn't exist. Not really. The marketing company she supposedly works for? Fake. Her references? Fake. Her entire identity? Carefully constructed. Professionally done. My heart stopped. Which means, Marcus continued, either she's in witness protection, or she's a criminal herself, or, he looked right at me, she's a fed. The room went silent. Ji-hoon let go of my hand. This was it. This was how it ended. But then Ji-hoon laughed, actually laughed. Of course her identity is fake, he said, casual, like this was obvious. Did you really think I'd get engaged to someone without insurance? Marcus blinked. What? Sarah is exactly what I said she is. A marketing executive, with a past she needed to escape. Abusive ex-husband, restraining orders, death threats. Ji-hoon stood, faced Marcus. I helped her disappear. Gave her a new identity, a clean slate. Because that's what you do for people you love. He was good. So good. Selling a story I didn't even know he'd prepared. You expect us to believe that? Marcus said. I expect you to mind your business. Ji-hoon's voice went deadly. Unless you want me to dig into your past. Into the real reason you got kicked out of the FBI. Into the bodies you left behind. Marcus went pale. That's what I thought. Ji-hoon turned to Mr. Nakamoto. Are we doing business or not? Mr. Nakamoto looked between us, calculating, deciding. Marcus, he said, is there any evidence that Sarah is law enforcement? Anything concrete? No, but then we move forward. He gestured to his assistant. Bring the contracts. Just like that. Decision made. Marcus glared at me. At Ji-hoon. But he couldn't say anything. Couldn't prove anything. We'd won. For now. The contracts were signed. Hands were shaken. Business was done. We left that restaurant and got in the car and didn't speak until we were halfway home. Then I said, how did you know? Know what? That my identity was fake. That I had a constructed background. He looked at me. Because I checked. The day after I met you. Had my people dig into everything about you. He smiled. You're good, Sarah. But you're not that good. My blood went cold. So you knew. This whole time. I knew something was off. Knew you weren't just some random woman at my gala. He leaned back. But I didn't know what you were. Not until tonight. And what am I? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. He looked out the window. Are you FBI, CIA, something else? I said nothing. He laughed. It's okay. You don't have to tell me. I already know. You know, you're FBI, undercover, sent to get evidence on me, to take down my operation. He said it so casually, like he was talking about the weather. Marcus all but told me with his little performance. This was it. He knew. Everything was over. I reached for the door handle, ready to run, ready to fight. But he grabbed my hand. Stop me. Don't, he said. Don't run. Not yet. Why? So you can kill me? Make me disappear? No. He pulled me close, forced me to look at him. So I can tell you the truth. What truth? That I don't care. His eyes were intense, serious. I don't care that you're FBI. I don't care that you were sent to arrest me. I don't care about any of it. I stared at him. You're lying. I wish I was. He touched my face, thumb brushing my cheek. But I'm not. Somewhere in all this fake relationship bullshit, I fell for you. For real. And now I don't know what to do about it. My heart stopped. He couldn't be serious. This had to be a trick. A trap. Ji-hoon, don't say anything. Not yet. He let me go, sat back. We have 2 more days. Until the deal is finalized. Until everything is transferred. After that you can arrest me. Turn me in. Do whatever you need to do. And you'll just let me? No. I'll disappear. Go somewhere you can't find me. Start over. He looked at me. But I'll give you 2 days. 2 more days of this. Of us. Of pretending it's real. It is real, I whispered. Is it? Or are we both just very good liars? I didn't have an answer for that. We got home, went inside, stood in his massive living room staring at each other. I need to make some calls, he said. You should rest. Tomorrow's going to be intense. What happens tomorrow? The Nakamotos are throwing a party, celebrating our partnership. We're the guests of honor. He smiled. Cold, dangerous. And Marcus will be there, watching, waiting, trying to destroy us. So what do? We destroy him first. He started walking away. Stopped. Get some sleep, Sarah. You're going to need it. I went upstairs, lay in bed, stared at the ceiling. He knew. Kim Ji-hoon knew I was FBI. Knew I was there to arrest him. And he didn't care. Or maybe he did. Maybe this was all part of his plan. Maybe he was playing me just like I'd been playing him. My phone buzzed. Text from Director Chen. Status report. Now. I stared at that text. Thought about everything I should tell him. Everything that had happened. But I didn't. Instead, I wrote, cover intact. 2 more days. Then we move. His response, don't wait too long. And Sarah, remember who he is, what he's done. Don't let him manipulate you. Too late for that. I deleted the messages, lay back down. 2 more days, 48 hours. Then everything ended, one way or another. Drop 2 days in the comments if your heart is racing. Subscribe and smash that like button because the next part, we're at the party. Marcus is making his move. And everything Sarah thought she knew is about to explode. Tell me, Team Ji-hoon or Team FBI, where's your loyalty? Comment below because I'm genuinely curious. The next day moved like a dream. Or maybe a nightmare. I couldn't tell anymore. Ji-hoon had someone deliver clothes to my room. Designer dresses, shoes, jewelry. Everything I'd need for this party. Everything I'd need to play the perfect fiancé one last time. I found him in his office, laptop open, files everywhere, running his empire like the criminal he was. Can I come in, I asked? He looked up, gestured to the chair across from his desk. Of course. What do you need? Answers. I sat, folded my hands, tried to look calm even though my heart was racing. You said you don't care that I'm FBI. I don't believe you. You should. It's the truth. Why? Why don't you care? He leaned back, studied me. Because I'm tired, Sarah. Tired of this life. Tired of always looking over my shoulder. Tired of being Kim Ji-hoon, the monster everyone fears. Then why keep doing it? Because I'm good at it. Because it's all I know. Because... He stopped, ran a hand through his hair. Because I didn't have a reason to stop. Until now. I'm not a reason. I'm a federal agent trying to arrest you. I know. That's what makes this so fucked up. He stood, walked to the window, looked out at the city below. Do you know what I do, Sarah? Really do. You run a criminal empire. Drugs, weapons, money laundering. Is that what your file says? That's what the evidence says. He turned, looked at me. The evidence is wrong, or at least incomplete. What do you mean? I mean, yes, I run operations that are technically illegal, but do you know who my clients are, who I protect? I said nothing. People the system failed. Immigrants who can't get bank accounts. Business owners who can't get loans because they're the wrong color or came from the wrong place. People who have nowhere else to turn. He walked closer. I'm not a saint, Sarah, but I'm not the monster your FBI file makes me out to be either. That doesn't make it legal, no. But it makes it human. He sat on the edge of his desk. You want to arrest me? Go ahead. But know that when you do, you're not just taking down one criminal. You're destroying a network that keeps hundreds of people alive, fed, housed, safe. I stared at him, at this man who was making everything so complicated. You're trying to manipulate me, I said. I'm trying to make you see the truth. The truth is you break the law. The truth is the law is broken. He leaned forward, but you don't want to hear that. Because if you admit that maybe I'm not completely wrong, then you have to question everything you believe, everything you've been taught, everything you built your career on. He was right, and I hated him for it. So what do you want from me? I asked. Nothing. Everything. I don't know. He smiled, sad. I want you to see me, not the file, not the investigation, me. I do see you. Do you? Or do you just see a target? Before I could answer, his phone rang. He looked at it. His expression hardened. It's time, he said. The party starts in 2 hours. You should get ready. Jihoon, not now, Sarah. We'll talk after. When this is all over, if we survive that long. I went back to my room. Got dressed. The dress was beautiful, black, elegant. The kind of thing that made you feel powerful and vulnerable at the same time. I stared at myself in the mirror. At this woman playing a role. At this agent losing herself in the lie. At this person who didn't know what was real anymore. My phone buzzed. Message from Marcus. Tonight I end this. Hope you're ready. Another message. This time from Director Chin. Team is in position. Just give the signal. We'll move in. I looked at both messages. 2 different endings. 2 different choices. And I had no idea which one was right. A knock on my door. Jihoon. Ready? He asked. I turned. Looked at him. He was in a black suit. Perfect. Dangerous. Beautiful. No, I said. But let's go anyway. We drove to the party in silence, my hand in his thumb drawing circles on my palm. The venue was stunning. Some hotel ballroom that probably cost more to rent than I made in a year. Chandeliers, champagne, people in expensive clothes pretending to be friends. Mr. Nakamoto greeted us at the door. Smiled. Jihoon, Sarah, so glad you could come. Wouldn't miss it, Jihoon said. We walked in. Everyone stared. At us. At the ring on my finger. At this couple that was either perfect or doomed. Probably both. Marcus was there, across the room, watching, waiting. He's going to make his move tonight, Jihoon whispered in my ear. Be ready. For what? Anything. The party went on. Speeches, toasts, people congratulating Jihoon on his engagement, on his partnership, on his success. All of it felt like a countdown. To something, to the end. Then Marcus walked over. That same cocky smile, that same predatory look. Jihoon, Sarah. Beautiful party? What do you want, Marcus? Jihoon asked. Just a word. With my old friend Sarah. Privately, no, I insist. Marcus looked at me. Unless you want me to make a scene, right here, right now. Jihoon's jaw tightened, but he nodded. 5 minutes. That's all I need. We walked to a balcony, empty, dark, just the 2 of us. This ends tonight, Marcus said. You know that, right? What ends? Your little charade, your operation, everything. He pulled something from his pocket, a recording device. I've been documenting everything, every word you've said, every move you've made. I have proof you're FBI. Proof you're running an illegal investigation. My heart stopped. Marcus, I'm taking this to the Nakamotos, to everyone in that room. And I'm going to expose you, expose Jihoon for harboring a federal agent, destroy both of you. Why? What do you get out of this? Revenge, money, the satisfaction of watching you lose. He smiled. Pick one. Don't do this. Too late. It's already done. He started walking back inside. I grabbed his arm. Marcus, please, if you ever cared about me, if any of what we had was real, don't do this. He looked at me. Something flickered in his eyes, something that might have been regret. It was never real, Sarah. You made sure of that. He pulled away. Goodbye. He walked inside. Into that ballroom full of dangerous people. I stood there, frozen, watching him go. Then I pulled out my phone. Texted Director Chen, move in. Now. Marcus is about to blow everything. His response was immediate. Team is 5 minutes out. Hold on, 5 minutes. Might as well be 5 hours. I ran inside, pushed through the crowd, looking for Jihoon. For Marcus, for any way to stop this disaster. Marcus was on a stage, microphone in hand. That recording device held up for everyone to see. Ladies and gentlemen, he said, I have something important to share. No. I looked for Jihoon, found him at the back of the room. Our eyes met. He nodded. Once. Permission. Or maybe goodbye. Tonight we're celebrating a partnership, Marcus continued. But partnership should be built on truth, on trust, on knowing exactly who you're dealing with. The room went quiet. Everyone watching. Waiting. So I think you should all know. He looked right at me. That Sarah Chen is not who she says she is. Here it comes. She's not a marketing executive. She's not some innocent woman who fell in love with Jihoon. People were starting to murmur. Looking at me. At Jihoon. Confused, suspicious. She's FBI, a federal agent. Sent here to infiltrate Jihoon's organization, to gather evidence, to destroy everything we've built. The room exploded. Voices, accusations, chaos. I stood there, exposed, trapped. Jihoon walked through the crowd, calm, controlled, climbed onto the stage next to Marcus. Is this true? Mr. Nakamoto demanded. Jihoon looked at me. At this woman who'd been lying to him from the start. This agent who'd somehow become more. Yes, he said. It's true. My heart shattered. Sarah is FBI, he continued. She was sent here to investigate me, to arrest me, to take down my entire operation. Marcus smiled. Victorious. But, Jihoon said, louder, She's also the woman I love. Comment what if you just gasped. Subscribe right now because you will not believe what happens next. Hit that like button. Tell me if you're crying because I am. Drop your location. Tell me you're with me on this journey because we're almost at the end and it's about to get emotional. The room went silent. What? Marcus said. You heard me. Jihoon turned to face everyone. Yes, Sarah is FBI. Yes, she was sent to investigate me, but I don't care because somewhere in all the lies, in all the pretending, I fell in love with her. For real. You're insane, Marcus said. Maybe. Jihoon looked at me. Or maybe I just finally found something worth more than all of this. He gestured to the room, to his empire, to everything he'd built. So here's what's going to happen. Sarah is going to arrest me, right here, right now. In front of all of you, Jihoon, I started. It's okay, he said, smiled. I'm ready. I walked toward him, heart pounding, mind racing. This was what I wanted, what I'd been sent here to do. Arrest Kim Jihoon, end his operation, complete my mission. So why did it feel like I was about to destroy everything that mattered? I reached the stage, looked up at him, at this man who just confessed everything in front of a room full of criminals and politicians and people who could kill him for what he just admitted. You don't have to do this, I said. Quiet, just for him. Yes, I do. It's the only way. He held out his hands, wrists together, ready for handcuffs. Arrest me, Agent Chen. Do your job. Jihoon, Sarah. His voice was soft, urgent. Listen to me. In about 3 minutes, FBI is going to raid this place. Your backup. They're coming. My eyes widened. How did he know? I've known since you texted them. I have people monitoring communications. He smiled. When they get here, they're not just going to arrest me. They're going to arrest everyone, every person in this room, including innocent people who came here tonight just for a party. I looked around. He was right. Mixed in with the criminals were wives, partners, staff, people who had nothing to do with any of this. So here's what you're going to do, he continued. You're going to arrest me, now, very publicly, very officially, and then you're going to call off the raid. I can't. Yes, you can. Tell them you have me in custody. That the situation is contained, that you don't need backup. His eyes were intense, pleading. Save these people, Sarah, please. Marcus was watching us, listening. What are you two talking about? Nothing that concerns you, Jihoon said. Then everything happened at once. The doors burst open, FBI agents in tactical gear, weapons drawn, Director Chen at the front. Nobody move, FBI. The room erupted, screaming, people running, chaos everywhere. I looked at Jihoon, at Marcus, at the disaster unfolding around us. Sarah, Director Chen shouted, get down. But I didn't. I stood there on that stage, made a choice, made a decision that would probably end my career but felt more right than anything I'd ever done. I pulled out my badge, held it up for everyone to see. I'm FBI Special Agent Sarah Chen, I said, loud, clear, and I'm placing Kim Jihoon under arrest. I grabbed his hands, pulled them behind his back, clicked handcuffs around his wrists. You have the right to remain silent, I said, reciting words I'd said 100 times before, but never like this, never with my heart breaking. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Director Chen reached the stage. Agent Chen, report, suspect in custody, sir. Situation contained. This place is full of criminals. We need to, sir, with respect. We have who we came for. I looked at him, steady, sure. Kim Jihoon, that was the mission. That was always the mission. These other people. We don't have warrants. We don't have cause. We need to let them go. He stared at me, processing. Then slowly nodded. Fine. Everyone stand down. We have our target. The agents lowered their weapons. The chaos settled. People started breathing again. Marcus stood there, mouth open, shocked. No, this isn't how this was supposed to go. You were all supposed to get arrested. All of you. Sorry to disappoint, Jihoon said. Smiled. Guess you lose. I'll kill you. I'll find a way. You'll do nothing. Mr. Nakamoto's voice cut through the room, cold. Final. You brought the FBI to my party. You endangered my family, my business, my reputation. Marcus went pale. I was trying to help. You were trying to save yourself. And you failed. Mr. Nakamoto gestured to his security. Get him out of my sight. They grabbed Marcus, dragged him away. He was screaming, threatening, desperate, but no one cared. He'd played his hand and lost. Director Chen pulled me aside. We need to process him. Take him into custody. Get him to the field office. I know. Good work, Agent Chen. You got him. You completed the mission. Had I? Because it sure didn't feel like winning. I walked Jihoon out of that ballroom, through the hotel, into a waiting car, agents on either side. We sat in the back, his hands still cuffed, my badge clipped to my belt. You okay? He asked. Ridiculous question. Nothing about this was okay. I just arrested the man I love, I said. So no, I'm not okay. You love me. He smiled. Sad. Beautiful. Even after everything? Apparently I'm an idiot. Join the club. We drove in silence. Through Seoul streets. Toward a future that looked nothing like what either of us had planned. What happens now? I asked. I go to prison. You go back to your life. We pretend none of this happened. I don't want to pretend. Neither do I. But we don't have a choice. There's always a choice. He looked at me. Really looked. What are you saying? I pulled out my badge. Stared at it. This thing I'd worked my whole life for. This identity I'd built. This career that defined me. Then I thought about everything Jihoon had said. About people the system failed. About laws that were broken. About the difference between legal and right. I'm saying maybe the world isn't as black and white as I thought it was. Sarah, I'm saying maybe arresting you isn't the win. I thought it would be. What are you going to do? Good question. What was I going to do? We arrived at the field office. Agents were waiting, ready to process him, to lock him up, to make him disappear into the system. Director Chen met us at the door. Bring him inside. We'll start interrogation immediately. Actually, I said, I need a minute to brief the suspect on his rights. Make sure everything is by the book. Director Chen frowned. You already read him his rights. I know, but I want to make sure he understands them, that he has an opportunity to call a lawyer, that everything is done correctly. I looked at him. Steady. You know how defense attorneys are. One small mistake and everything gets thrown out. He studied me, suspicious, but then nodded. 5 minutes. Then bring him inside. Yes, sir. He went inside, left us in the parking lot, alone, with guards at the entrance but no one close enough to hear. Sarah, Jihoon said, whatever you're thinking, don't what? Don't throw away your career for me. Don't sacrifice everything you've worked for. What if my career isn't what I thought it was? What if everything I believed in was wrong? It's not wrong, it's just different from what I believe. He leaned closer. You're one of the good guys, Sarah. Don't let me turn you into something else. Maybe I don't want to be a good guy anymore. Maybe I want to be someone who sees the truth, all of it, not just the parts that fit my narrative. I pulled out the handcuff key, looked at it, such a small thing, but it represented everything. If I unlock these, I said, if I let you go, my life is over, my career, everything. I become a criminal, just like you. Then don't. Keep me locked up, do your job, forget about me. I can't, why not? Because I love you, and love makes you do stupid things. I unlocked the handcuffs. They fell to the ground, metal clanging on concrete. Jihoon stared at me. Sarah, what are you doing? Giving you a choice. You can walk away right now, disappear, go somewhere I'll never find you, live your life free. And you? I'll tell them you escaped, that I made a mistake, that I'm sorry. I smiled, sad. They'll fire me, maybe arrest me, but you'll be safe. That's what matters. No, I'm not letting you do this. You don't have a say, like hell I don't. He grabbed my hands, held them tight. Sarah, listen to me. I'm not running. I'm not leaving you to face this alone. Jihoon, no. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to cuff me again, take me inside, process me, do everything by the book. His eyes were intense. Sure. And then you're going to do your job. You're going to testify, present evidence, make your case, and then you go to prison. Maybe. Or maybe your evidence isn't as solid as you think. Maybe my lawyers find holes. Maybe I get off on a technicality. He smiled. Either way, we do this the right way. Together, that's insane. That's love. I stared at him, at this man who was willing to go to prison rather than let me destroy my life. You're really not going to run? I'm really not going to run, even though you could, even though I could. I picked up the handcuffs, looked at them, then at him. Last chance, I said. Run. I won't stop you. I know. That's why I'm staying. I clicked the cuffs back on, locked him tight. You're an idiot, I said. So are you. He leaned down, kissed me, soft, sweet, real. But at least we're idiots together. Drop together in the comments if you're crying. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like. Tell me you're feeling this because this is real. This is love. And we're not done yet. One more part to go. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me if you believe in second chances. Tell me everything. We walked inside, me and Jihoon, FBI agent and criminal, partners in the strangest way possible. Director Chen was waiting. Everything by the book? Yes, sir. Everything by the book. They took Jihoon to a holding cell, started processing, fingerprints, photos, all the official stuff. I watched from behind glass. This man who'd changed everything, who'd made me question everything I thought I knew about right and wrong. Director Chen came up beside me. You did good work, Sarah. Real good. This arrest, this case, it's going to make your career. Thank you, sir. There's just one thing I don't understand. My heart stopped. Sir, the timing. You had him under surveillance for weeks. You were gathering evidence, building a case. Then suddenly you arrest him at a party, in front of witnesses. Why the rush? Good question. one I didn't have a good answer for. The opportunity presented itself. Marcus was going to expose the operation. I had to move fast. He studied me. Marcus Webb, your ex, the disgraced agent. Convenient that he showed up. Not convenient. Complicated, I'm sure. He didn't look convinced. Sarah, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest with me. Of course. Did you compromise this investigation? Did your relationship with Jihoon, your fake relationship, did it become real? I looked at him, at this man I'd worked with for 5 years, who'd trusted me with this mission, who'd believed in me. I could lie, could tell him everything was professional, that I never crossed that line, but I was done lying. Yes, I said, it became real, somewhere between the lies and the pretending. I fell in love with him. Silence, long, heavy. Then I see, I'm ready to turn in my badge, to accept whatever consequences. No, I blinked. Sir, you're not turning in your badge. You're not accepting consequences. He looked at me. You did your job, Sarah. You arrested the target. Everything else, your feelings, your personal life, that's none of my business. But I compromised the investigation. Did you? Did you let him go? Did you warn him? Did you obstruct justice in any way? No. But then you did your job. End of story. He put a hand on my shoulder. I've been doing this a long time, and I've learned that good agents aren't robots. They're human. They feel things. They make connections. That's what makes them good at undercover work. So I'm not in trouble. You're not in trouble. But Sarah, his voice went serious. Don't let him manipulate you. Don't let love blind you to who he really is. Kim Jihoon is a criminal, no matter what he told you, no matter what you feel. Remember that? I will, sir. But even as I said it, I wasn't sure I believed it anymore. The next few weeks were a blur. Processing, paperwork, building the case against Jihoon. His lawyers were good, really good. They fought everything, challenged every piece of evidence, made everything complicated, and through it all, I couldn't see him. Couldn't talk to him. Could only watch from a distance as the legal system ground forward. Until the trial, I was called to testify, to present my evidence, to tell the jury everything I'd learned during my investigation. I walked into that courtroom, saw Jihoon at the defense table, looking tired but strong, looking like himself. Our eyes met. He smiled, small, private, just for me. I took the stand, swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. The prosecutor stood. Agent Chen, can you tell the court about your investigation into Kim Jihoon? And I did. I told them everything. The surveillance, the fake relationship, the evidence I'd gathered. But I also told them other things, things that weren't in my official report. I told them about the people Jihoon helped, the immigrants who couldn't get loans, the business owners shut out of the system, the families he kept housed and fed. I told them about the complexity, the gray areas, the difference between illegal and wrong. The prosecutor didn't like that. Agent Chen, are you saying the defendant's crimes are justified? No, I'm saying they're complicated. That's not your job to determine. Your job is to present evidence, to testify to facts, not to make moral judgments. You're right. So here are the facts. Yes, Kim Jihoon runs operations that violate federal law. Yes, he's guilty of the charges against him. But the facts also show that he's helped hundreds of people, that he's done more good than harm. That maybe, just maybe, the system that criminalized him is more broken than he is. The courtroom erupted. The judge banged his gavel. The prosecutor looked furious. But I didn't care. I told the truth. Finally, completely. After my testimony, I left the courthouse, sat on the steps outside, waited. An hour later, Jihoon's lawyer found me. The jury's back. That was fast. Too fast. I went back inside, took a seat in the gallery, watched as they brought Jihoon in. He looked at me, mouthed 2 words, "Thank you." The judge entered. Has the jury reached a verdict? We have, Your Honor. On the charge of money laundering. How do you find? Guilty. My heart sank. On the charge of racketeering. How do you find? Guilty. Each word was a knife. They went through every charge. Guilty, guilty, guilty. I watched Jihoon's face. He didn't react, just accepted it. Like he'd known all along, this was how it would end. The judge spoke. Kim Jihoon, you've been found guilty on all counts. I hereby sentence you to 15 years in federal prison. 15 years. I felt like I couldn't breathe. They started to take him away. But he stopped, looked back at me one last time, and smiled, like this wasn't the end, like there was still hope, like somehow, someday we'd find our way back to each other. I wanted to believe that. Wanted to believe this wasn't over, but watching them lead him away in handcuffs, I wasn't sure I'd ever see him again. Comment 15 years if your heart just broke. Subscribe because we're almost at the end, but there's still one more twist. Hit that like button. Tell me, Do you believe in happy endings, even for love stories that start with lies? Drop your answer below. 3 years passed. 3 years of me going through the motions, doing my job, arresting criminals, living my life. But none of it felt real. None of it felt like it mattered, because the man I loved was in prison, and I'd put him there. I visited him once, just once, 6 months after the trial. We sat across from each other, glass between us, phones to our ears. You came, he said. I had to see if you were okay. I'm alive. That's something, Ji-hoon. Don't, Sarah. Don't apologize. Don't feel guilty. You did your job. That's all. Is that all it was? Just a job? He smiled, sad. You know it wasn't. Then why did you let them take you? Why didn't you run when you had the chance? Because I love you. And love means sacrifice. It means doing the hard thing, the right thing. He put his hand on the glass, even when it destroys you. I put my hand on my side, matching his, wishing I could touch him for real. I miss you, I said. I miss you too. Every day, every moment. 12 more years, I said. That's how long they say you have left. Could be less. Good behavior. Parole. Who knows? And then what? You get out and we try again? Pretend the last 15 years didn't happen? Or we start over, build something new, something real. You really think that's possible? I have to. Hope is all I've got in here. Time was up. The guard came to take him back. Sarah, he said, before he left, don't wait for me. Don't put your life on hold. Live. Be happy. That's all I want. I can't. You can. You have to. Then he was gone, and I was alone. I didn't visit again. Couldn't. It hurt too much. But I thought about him every day, wondered if he was okay, if he was surviving, if he ever thought about me. Then one day, 3 years after the trial, my phone rang. Unknown number. Agent Chen? Yes? This is the Federal Bureau of Prisons. I'm calling about inmate Kim Ji-hoon. My heart stopped. Is he okay? Did something happen? He's fine. But his case has been reviewed. New evidence has come to light. Evidence that suggests some of the charges against him were based on testimony from Marcus Webb. Marcus. Of course. What kind of evidence? Mr. Webb has confessed to fabricating certain documents, to lying under oath, to manipulating the investigation. My hand shook. What does this mean? It means Kim Ji-hoon's conviction is being overturned. He's being released. Today. Where? I asked. Where is he being released? Federal Correctional Institution, Victorville. At 4 p.m., I looked at my watch. 1 p.m., 3 hours. Thank you, I said. Hung up. Then I did something crazy. Something impulsive. Something that felt absolutely right. I got in my car, and I drove. 3 hours through traffic, through doubt, through fear that maybe this was a mistake. That maybe too much time had passed, that maybe we were different people now. But I drove anyway. I got there at 3:58 p.m., parked outside the prison, waited. At exactly 4 p.m., the gates opened, and there he was, Kim Ji-hoon, thinner, older, but still him, still the man I'd fallen in love with 3 years ago. He walked out, looked around, squinting in the sunlight. Then he saw me, his face, God, his face, like he couldn't believe I was real, like I was something he'd dreamed and now I'd appeared. I got out of the car, stood there, not sure what to say, how to start. He walked toward me, slow at first, then faster, then running, and then he was there, right in front of me, real, free. You came, he said. I came. Why? Because I love you. Because 3 years didn't change that. Because I've been waiting for this moment since the day they took you away. He touched my face, gentle, like he was making sure I was real. I told you not to wait. I didn't listen. I never listen. He laughed, pulled me close, kissed me like we had all the time in the world. And maybe we did. What happens now, I asked, when we finally pulled apart? Now we start over. Build something real, something that isn't built on lies or fake relationships or FBI investigations. Sounds complicated. Everything worth having is complicated. I'm still FBI. You're still a criminal. Even if your conviction got overturned. So we'll figure it out together. Like we always should have. You really think we can make this work? I think we can try, and that's all anyone can do. Try. I looked at him, at this man who'd changed everything, who'd made me question everything, who'd loved me despite everything. Okay, I said. Let's try. We got in my car, drove away from that prison, away from the past, towards something new, something uncertain, something complicated, something real. Where are we going? He asked. I don't know. Where do you want to go? He smiled. Anywhere. As long as it's with you. Comment happy ending if you're crying happy tears right now. Subscribe and hit that like button because this is it. This is the end. And they got their happily ever after. Against all odds. Despite everything. Love won. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if this was worth it. Tell me where you're watching from one last time. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I love you all. 6 months later, I quit the FBI. Couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't arrest people while ignoring the complexity, the gray areas, the broken system. Instead, I became a consultant, helping organizations navigate legal requirements while actually helping people. Using my FBI training for something that mattered. Jihoon, he changed too, went legitimate, started a nonprofit helping immigrants and small business owners access resources. Using his network for good. For real this time. We got a small apartment, nothing fancy, but it was ours. And every morning I woke up next to him. This man who'd started as my target and became my everything. Morning, he said, kissed my forehead. Morning, what do you want to do today? Nothing, everything, I don't care as long as I'm with you. He smiled. That's cheesy, that's love. We lay there. In our small apartment, in our imperfect life. In this story that started with lies and ended with truth. Sarah? He said. Yeah, marry me. I blinked. What? Marry me. For real this time. Not fake, not for a mission or a deal or anything else. Just because I love you, because I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I looked at him. At this man who'd been my fake fiancé 3 years ago, who'd become my real love. Yes, I said. Yes, absolutely yes. He pulled out a ring, the same ring he'd bought me 3 years ago, the one I'd worn while pretending to love him. You kept it? I asked. Of course I kept it. I always knew, somehow, that we'd end up here, that this would be real. He slipped it on my finger. Same ring, different meaning. I love you, I said. I love you too. So much we kissed, soft, sweet, real. And in that moment I knew. This was it. This was my happy ending. Not perfect, not simple, not the way I'd ever imagined, but real. And that was all that mattered. The end. Thank you for reading. Comment I believe in love if this story touched your heart. Subscribe for more stories. Hit that like button. And remember, sometimes the best love stories start with lies but end with truth. Where are you watching from? I need to know. I love you all. Thank you for being here.